We are live, coming here with an episode 3 recap show with Stir the Pod. I am Trevor, and I'm your host. And I'm here with Andy. Andy, how you doing tonight?
Trev, good.
And I'm also here with Alex. Alex, how you doing here tonight?
Yo.
We're here with the episode 3 recap show of Stir the Pod, Double Agents episode 3 recap show. And let me tell you, it was kind of like a mix and match episode. Yes, we had Devin go away, but it was a Maso Menos episode. What did you guys think?
Devin's still here.
Yeah, Wes went away.
Oh,
yeah,
excuse me. Wes went away.
Yeah, no, Devin's still here. We'll get into that, but
what did you guys think?
I before we get into the recap and everything, I think we're all kind of in the holiday spirit. It's Christmas Eve. We're having a good time. Sort of the pod recap. This one, just to get out in front of it, this recap is going to go off the rails.
Oh, it's
going to go off the rails.
We just finished the episode right now. We're a little bit delayed right now. That's why we didn't tweet tonight. So we're looking at it. And we just finished, and we just saw Devin beat Wes in an elimination, and it went pretty fast, wouldn't you guys say?
Yes.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Overall, I would say episode 1 to 10, I would say 6.5.
Yeah, it was an all right episode. I feel like, I don't know. I just felt like I could have wished. I wish there was more in this episode. It didn't feel like there was a pop in this episode. It felt like, during the challenge, it was very basic. There wasn't really a boom moment, and it was kind of a bleh episode. So, Andy, what'd you think?
Yeah, I would agree. I think 6.5 is pretty close, but I would give it maybe a little bit more. I'd give it a 6.8.
6.8. Wow.
I'll give it a 6.8. Yeah.
Wow. All right. So Andy's giving it a 6.8. I given it a meh episode. And Alex, what'd you give it?
I would say like a 6.9.
6.9. Wow. 6.9, 9.6.
I think I don't know.
I thought
feel
you
like
said 6.5.
6.5, 6.9, maybe 6.7. You in on there? I would say episode-wise, it was not the best episode you could have gotten, but just in terms of the names and elimination, it's Christmas Eve. We're all, in the holiday spirit. So
yeah. So right now we got one of our boys, Adam Meadows, and he gives it like a 6.85, which I think is a valid score. It was a good episode, but it wasn't like a great episode. We're all here together. As you can see right now, Andy to my right and Alex to my left, we're all here in person. It was a fun episode, though. It happened fast, I felt like. What do you guys think?
So should we get into the recap?
Yeah, let's just dive right into the recap.
Before they started the challenge, I think the only thing they had was the scene like in the bunk bed room.
Yeah, they were just
where it was like
around.
Kyle versus Fessy and Wes.
Hey, before you say anything, that challenger says a solid 6. And I agree. I think it was a very meh episode. It wasn't anything massive or anything. It was just a boom, boom, boom episode. And it wasn't anything. So Alex, continue. Sorry, before I interrupt.
So I think the only kind of the content they showed before the challenge was like Fessy and Kyle and Wes in the bedroom, and I think this is when Fessy revealed the secret, right?
Yes,
he said, when you're in charge, you can see the votes and who voted for who.
Which why would he even say that?
I don't know.
Why would
that was a bad move for Fessy.
Well, yeah,
bad move for Fessy.
He did that to put Kyle on blast and to expose him, but in reality, he didn't realize he was giving away a crucial part of the game that
Yes.
no one knew
Yes.
aside from him. So it was one of those things that he did to put Kyle in a bad light, but it took away a lot of power from his own arsenal that he didn't realize.
Absolutely.
And that's what happens when you have a sophomore guy coming in here just thinking to, I guess, surface level of I want to put Kyle on blast, when in reality, all you're doing is showcase. Well, and it also came back not even 2 scenes later when Corey said, "Why would you tell the entire house before you tell me?"
Absolutely. 100% agree.
Fezzi is spreading himself much too thin at this point.
Absolutely.
He's only playing for Fessy.
He's trying
Absolutely.
to please too many people.
Absolutely. So I think Fezzi, for example, is just being stupid with him. His power, right? Do we all agree with that?
He's being very stupid.
Like, why if you're in the scenario right now, why not keep it under power?
Mm-hmm.
Because realistically, Leroy and
Anissa.
well, not Leroy and
Casey
would not say shit. She's in your alliance. He's in your alliance.
Exactly.
So why even announce that?
Mm-hmm.
So
it was the only reason was to put Kyle on blast, but it did nothing. It did
backfired
nothing.
on him.
Absolutely.
Because what good did it accomplish?
Absolutely.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
Let's go, Trace.
So besides that, I mean, why announce that to the group?
I don't know. I mean, he tried to.
That's
it was pretty much Fessy trying to expose Kyle in front of the group. It kind of backfired, and then they went to the challenge.
Yeah. So let's get into that.
So
what do we think about the challenge?
The challenge itself wasn't that bad, but the who they went against was kind of weak, I thought. I mean, I felt like there wasn't no headbangers where you're like, oh shit, this person's going against this person. It was kind of weak.
I liked the idea of the challenge. I didn't like how they created team versus team, how they rule who's last, who's not last. Because it's like, if your fucking big toe touches before the other big toe, you're done.
Well, very Dirty 30-esque.
Yeah, it reminded me of when Tony beat Darrell.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people forget Tony ended up going almost to the final.
Absolutely.
Did he not?
And that was when Freckleface got knocked out too, yeah?
Amanda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To Jenna.
It's like, yeah, I like the whole, headbanger, knock each other off the platform, all that, but I don't like when it's determined by whose body part, no matter what the body part is, touches the ground first.
Absolutely.
I don't like that.
Absolutely.
So here's my biggest gripe, and I'll go in tandem to this. So I agree with you because the whole whose body part touches last is bananas. The fact that Michi got tossed, someone got tossed off, and he said, "Oh yeah, I got it." What? You just did the last little toe drag? You got absolutely manhandled. But what frustrated me the most was if you have a challenge like this where it's randomly drawn, how do you not have it in a heat format?
Absolutely.
Where they had 3 people who accomplished it. But why not have a 4th team and then go 2v2 and then 1v1?
Absolutely.
If you're doing it totally random, whoever draws the weakest matchup wins the entire thing. And that's nothing short of just randomness.
Yep.
And that's why if you have randomness determining the winner of a challenge and that determines the double agents, that's just foolish. And I can't stand that.
Absolutely. So Mikey the Doctor just wrote, good concept, but some of the matchups were unfair. And absolutely.
Spot on.
Some of the matchups were just so fucking stupid. It did not make sense at all. I think it was Tori against, who did Tori go against? Maybe I should pull it up right now.
Liv.
And it was dumb. It literally did not make sense at all how Liv went against Tori. And that matchup ended in, 10 seconds? If that? It was dumb. So I agree. Absolutely, Mikey the Doctor. The concept was good, but the matchups were just so fucking stupid.
Right, and that's the thing. If it would have been a Heat-esque challenge, then we would have had Lolo and Cam, or Lolo
Lolo and
Nom, not
Nom.
Cam.
Yeah,
Nom.
Lolo.
Wrong first name.
Lolo
Wrong
and
first letter.
Cam versus
Nom.
excuse me.
Against Leroy and Casey. And guess what? I'm taking Lolo and Nom against just about anyone in this challenge.
Absolutely.
So the fact that they just drew a shitty hand, not much you can do about that.
Absolutely. And right now, I think we got who is it live right now? Devin.
They're joining the show.
Yeah, Devin and who is it? Wes live on the show.
I think that's my issue. I mean, that's kind of kicking a man when he's down. No, your lighting looks great.
Fuck Devin. Fuck Devin.
All right, so
fuck Devin.
Before we get into that,
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining.
The fact that Devin went in against Wes is horseshit.
We'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
All right, so we had the challenge. Leroy and Casey win. What do we think?
Well, I mean, what do we think about Leroy Casey winning? I feel like that's very
So here's my big
middle of the
complaint.
road.
Who did they beat? I couldn't even tell you who they beat.
I have no idea who they beat.
And that's my biggest complaint about this challenge.
This challenge had the potential to be great, and it was
didn't.
below average.
It didn't.
I'm sorry.
Because
I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. You don't know anything about time, so you get no idea who was even fucking close to it. Can we all agree with that?
Yeah.
But
yes.
between Leroy and Casey, who was even close? We had no idea.
No idea.
Absolutely. So Mikey the Doctor just wrote, it's random, but how do you get CT versus Vessi?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly how we're saying. How does CT just, close his eyes and reach into the bag and pull out CT versus Vessi? It's horseshit. Absolutely horseshit. I agree. 100%. Which, I think it's the challenge trying to, keep these big guys away. Would we all agree? Like, we don't want to see CT. We don't want to see Fezzi right away into the elimination. So, push these guys off and have like the Wes and, who went in?
CT.
No. Devins
Devin.
of the world to go in right now. So that's how I see it.
All right, so we got Leroy and Casey. They won.
Yeah.
Then what do we got? Oh, what about the drama back at the house with Josh and crying? Were there official waterworks? Can we now start the Josh cry meter?
I don't think it started yet.
I think you might.
I give it 0.5. 0.5.
I think it was
0.5.
I think it's 0.
I think it's still 0.
I'm shocked.
I don't think there was. I don't think there was. I don't think
the over, so I'm fucked.
Oh, I still got the over. And I'm still happy about the over.
I don't
see that challenger put definitely. Listen, it's
he's
almost
talking
like,
to Adam.
Who's Adam Meadows?
Adam Meadows.
Meadows?
I don't.
Hey, by the way, we are live right now on YouTube Live, Periscope Live. Comment whatever. We will literally go into it live right now. So just comment everything. That challenger, Mikey the Doctor, Adam Meadows, whoever. Can we get Tony's back? Absolutely, we want Tony's back.
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's right now it is December 23rd at 10 p.m. We are live. We're ready to go. So so feel free to comment. We're ready to go. So
okay. So what were we just about to get into?
I
don't even know. I think we were talking about Josh and
the cries over under yada yada.
I don't think Josh cried this episode.
He was pretty fucking close.
Agreed.
He was very close.
Agreed. Close.
Do we have to pull it back up? I think he was.
No, he did not.
He was close. You're right. He was close, but he did not. He did not shed a tear.
Agreed.
But
that we know of. But CT did say he was going to cry in the show.
But let's get into that right now. The whole CT Josh frozen pizza, which Casey. That's what it revolved around. Was CT Josh. Casey.
See, we have Adam Meadows replying he was
pizza.
close. I don't think we saw a cry.
Yeah, we didn't see a cry.
I agree with that. I think it was a very close.
It was close to a cry.
It was like
it was not a cry.
It was a 5-to-5 ratio, wouldn't you say?
So I think I think
absolutely.
at this point it's still a 0.0.
Agreed.
Yeah, absolutely.
He didn't cry. He's going to cry. I would think within the based on the previews and everything, but I think it really the height of it was just CT and Josh yelling for about 1 minute.
Yeah, it was stupid
in the episode.
It to me, it was literally like, why are these guys even arguing? Exactly, frozen pizza. When has an Italian food dish ever caused an alteration in the challenge? Absolutely, I agree 100%. Adam Meadows.
Are we gonna talk Pastagate?
I mean, it's
Are
not
we
like
gonna talk
Adam
Pastagate?
talking about Pastagate.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
What
like
happened?
Tony
What is
Reigns or
Pastagate?
anything like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but surely Corey and Devin were not involved in anything like
absolutely, little Tony Reigns show or anything. But absolutely.
So let's get back on track. We're kind of getting off the rails here. So we got CT and we got Josh Crybaby from Big Brother getting into it about God knows what, frozen pizza. And then Casey comes in, very quickly shoots it down. Does anything else really come out of that? Because at the end of the day, Josh and Nani were never a threat for elimination.
No.
Neither were CT and Big T, aka
Absolutely.
Big CT,
Absolutely,
as they're known around this house. So it really was kind of a non-factor that just stirred up the whole bunch of trouble for nothing because Josh was trying to point out the Big Brother alliance. So
absolutely.
Really a non-factor. So we have that going on, and then what do we get into next? Then does it just become straight into the challenge?
Yeah, I mean,
what do we
the
got?
thing is, like, the whole Wes versus Josh alliance, like, nothing really happened.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree? Adam saying, and Ammo taught Leroy to swim. People forget that.
We'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
Wait, what were we talking about?
All right, so after we have all this Big Brother drama and all that nonsense, so then we start moving towards what's going to happen. And then Wes starts talking to, first off, Wes starts talking to Leroy and starts getting that sort of, I've never done anything to you. Let's try to mend the wounds that haven't really been addressed. And I kind of said that last week of Wes is mad that Leroy's not on his side because they've known each other for 15 years, as it was talked about today.
Brought that up.
Exactly. So it was kind of one of those unwritten rules of, and honestly, it goes back even to the pre-show of, I thought Leroy was going to do exactly what Cam wanted to do. And throughout this entire thing, that's kind of what's been happening so far. So Cam's been calling all the shots for the entire challenge at this point, and Wes was kind of got screwed by it because Leroy doesn't have a reason to be going after Wes. And
it's
Wes
just
made
what
that
Cam's tells him to do.
And Wes made that painfully clear. But you know what? Cam wants him out, and Leroy just says, "Okay, yeah, sure, let's do it." And guess what? That's who gets the vote. So, well, I guess technically no. Well, actually, let's backtrack a bit. Technically, Devin and Nicole got the vote because the whole bum shoulder.
Yep.
So let's get into that.
Let's get into the voting.
Yeah. So Devin gets the house vote immediately, correct?
Which I was surprised about. I can't believe Devin got it. Right?
I think though they saw him as an easy target.
Yeah, but
because they didn't know what Nicole was gonna do. They didn't know. They knew that if Nicole was gonna come back, she couldn't solve 9 times 3.
Yeah.
I mean, Nicole sucks. Nobody has ever disagreed.
Here's the thing: Nicole's smarts is not the greatest, but Nicole
she brings down everybody around her.
Nicole as a competitor is very solid, I think. But 9 times 3, example, horrible. Don't get me wrong. Her mental math, terrible.
Was that an invasion final?
And as I see, Devin has some great lines from that fight. Yes, absolutely. Devin was very solid this episode. I 100% agree. Mikey, do you like Davin? I mean, I guess that's
Mikey's the doctor.
Yeah. No, he's great at the pod. Blah blah blah. He's great. How can you
Mikey the doctor. People sleep on.
All right, so let's get into it. So we got, what do we got?
I don't even know. So I think it basically.
Let's get into elimination.
Yeah, let's go right into elimination.
Let's get into it.
So we basically had Devin versus Wes, and it was basically like a very classic.
But wait. But who were the double agents? Who were the house votes?
The house vote was for Devin and Nicole, and then they voted in Wes.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Was that defaulted by Tej and BME, or was that something that was actually truly voted?
So
on?
They voted
because
on
Nicole's stuff was packed when they first got back.
So they voted on Nicole and Devin.
But that also was somewhat factored into because
I think that was the house vote.
But at that point in time, Nicole's stuff was packed.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
So I do think those two were voted, and then they were just like, fuck it, let's just throw Wes in to the elimination, which I'm fine with. Devin versus Wes, great elimination. I'm happy with. I mean, people forget Devin beat Bananas in elimination during
Lights Out.
Yeah, absolutely. So
weak ass.
I don't mind that elimination. I just wish, it was against someone else. I feel like Wes and Devin are kind of on the same side of things. So it's kind of like 50-50. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yes.
So if you would have thrown in someone else, like I don't even know who else is still there because Leroy was gone. But I don't understand why they didn't throw in like a Fezzi of the world.
Because they're all fucking scared.
Yeah, but they all suck his dick.
They
all suck his dick, which is so annoying.
Exactly.
They shouldn't.
That's why they don't vote him.
I disagree.
They don't need to.
What do you mean? What do you disagree with?
I just think it's so boring.
No, I agree, but that's why they don't vote for him.
It's
because they're obsessed with them and they're scared of them.
Absolutely, and I think it's stupid.
I mean, we saw that today when Kyle and Fessy were going at it early on before the challenge.
Absolutely.
And Cam comes in and says, "All right, hold on.
Yeah,
we're not going to be arguing."
But here's the thing:
had no
why is Cam pulling the puppet string?
I have no idea.
Absolutely.
I have no idea. I'm with you.
I just think tonight's episode was a blah episode, and I just feel like Wes should have never went home. I think if it would have been up to Devin, Devin would have never thrown in Wes, and I can't believe Leroy would have thrown in Wes. Why not throw in a stronger competitor?
I called it out last week.
Lolo and Nam, exactly, because you don't know where Lolo and Nam are at.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. There's so many teams that are 50-50 and you don't know where they're at, but it is what it is. So
yeah.
All right, what do we got? So we ran through everything. What do we got?
So we get to elimination and everything?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the elimination. So we had Wes versus Devin, and it was basically who can get to the button faster, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. And I think I was very disappointed in Wes.
Oh, 100%.
I was very disappointed. And even in his confessionals and all that, he admitted, I was checked out. I didn't want to go against my friend Devin, blah, blah, blah. Clearly, you could tell that Wes checked out, and I did not like that at all.
100%. I just thought Wes would have been locked and loaded, ready to go. And he just looked like shit.
Yeah, he looked like he didn't care.
It was very...
He didn't care at all.
Who's the chick? I can't think
Devin.
of her name. No.
Natalie.
Girl.
Natalie.
Black girl.
Natalie. What?
This season.
Season... I don't know. I forget her name. But she quit during the elimination. That's
Ty.
Naya.
No. Naya.
Ty?
I felt like it was very Naya-esque during this elimination. He just gave up.
Wes gave up. And you don't want to see Wes gave up.
Absolutely.
Wes is the last person you would expect to see.
I fully expect Wes to give up. He's a pussy.
Absolutely. And I felt like it was very he got the he you run to the farthest point and he just sat there. He didn't touch the buzzer. And Devin and Wes head to head They were very close to the buzzer, and they just didn't go for it.
Yeah.
And
the worst part of it is now we have to live with seeing Devin in the rest of the season instead
absolutely.
of Wes.
So
Wes is a much more interesting person to like see, week to week as opposed to Devin.
So we have a comment from Little L Boogie 23 Brown. Devin has now beat Bananas, Zach, and Wes in elimination.
When did he beat Zach?
I don't know. Can you confirm that?
When did he beat
It must have been last season, because he definitely beat Bananas or Bananas or one of
Lights
those.
Out.
Yeah, Lights Out.
Oh, it was
No, he's right. He's definitely right.
It was the Final Reckoning.
Yeah.
When they were like swinging on the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, still, fuck that.
So
Sorry.
does that mean Devin's kind of like
Boogie
up
Brown? Good call.
in the air?
Good call.
Devin is still so weak.
Final Reckoning.
There
See?
he is.
Yeah.
Very
call.
good. Very good, L Boogie 23 Brown.
New listener.
Like, absolutely. Like, I feel like he's definitely a guy who's kind of like, I don't want to say sliding under the radar, but he kind of is.
But deservedly so.
Absolutely.
But yeah, because at the end of the day, you always have to ask yourself, are you scared to meet X in an elimination?
Absolutely.
Are you scared to meet Devin in elimination? No fucking chance.
Absolutely. And I think
So
Devin,
I get that point. I think you're bringing up a great point, Boogie Brown. But at the same time, it's like,
yeah.
if Devin goes against Josh, my money's on Josh.
Yeah.
I don't want to put money on Josh. My
Here-
God, are you
here-
kidding me?
Here's the thing. As much as we hate Devin, and I don't mind Devin. I mean, he's kind of a bitch, but we kind of hate him. But he is a good competitor, and I mean, he has beaten Bananas, now Wes. And let's see some of these comments.
Bingo.
Devin would be someone I want in the final because I know I could beat
Spot
them.
on.
Absolutely. That challenger, that is a great comment. And now poor Tori. Absolutely. I feel so bad. Devin should
I know.
have taken Cam to
Boogie,
get back to
Boogie,
it.
you're right.
100%. 100%. I don't know why you wouldn't have taken Cam, because you're in the fucking alliance.
Yeah, no, Boogie, you're right. Josh is 0-3, but I still take him over Devin.
Absolutely. I think Devin
Call me crazy.
Devin just acts like he is a Johnny Bananas-esque player and thinks he is like a puppet master. And yes,
he's not.
Josh is 0-3, 100%. 100%. But he is so much bigger. And like, for example, tonight, he should have been 1-0. He should have won tonight.
Devin beat a guy that's 45 years old. Congrats. In a physical elimination. Congrats. That's the thing about Bananas and about Wes back in their heydays. They not only did they have that mental political game, but they could Royd West lasted half a decade. There's no such thing as Royd Devin. Devin would get beat by Lolo in a physical elimination. I will happily take that one to the grave. No doubt about it. So as much as I think Devin's, he's kind of lucked out here and there, but and granted, he won tonight, so you can't put it past him. But at the same time, if he goes next week against Leroy, for example, I'm taking Leroy, no hesitation.
Absolutely. I just think, like, Josh, for example, is just so 50-50. Like, you don't know.
And he sucks. And Josh sucks. I hate Josh. I hate him.
Hey, before you say that, friend of the program.
Yeah, he's a friend of the program. But my God, guy cries more than anyone on the challenge of all time.
0-3.
And he's 0-3.
We'll just leave it at that.
El Boogie's not wrong.
Yeah. So, yes, Little Boogie Brown says 0-3. Absolutely. Mikey the Doctor says Devin should have taken Cam to get back of Leroy. 100%.
Yeah, let's get into that. So Devin wins. Good for him. Hard-fought win. It was not an easy win. He gets the win. He picks Tori.
Dumb move.
Why?
Why did you not go at someone in the alliance?
I'm not
Cam,
disagreeing, but why?
If you go at Cam, you're in the alliance. Would you not agree with that? Cam is in the alliance.
Tori has some sort of alliance?
But what is this big
She's
alliance?
50-50.
Yeah, what alliance?
The alliance is definitely
Cam and Leroy?
No. It's Cam. It's
Leroy.
No. Well, yes, Leroy. Fezzi.
I wouldn't say that.
Explain.
Fezzi's number one alliance is Big Brother, and that is not Cam and Leroy. Would you agree?
Say it again.
Fezzi's number one alliance is Big Brother. That does not consist of Cam and Leroy.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think for you to say that Cam and Fezzi are tied together, false.
All right.
That's fine.
Are you up too? I mean, that's why I think you're probably right in terms of Cam was the right choice, because Tori is kind of on no man's land.
Tori
is she's holding on to whoever her partner is.
Absolutely.
At this point.
Absolutely. I agree with that. So we got a comment from LB
That's
L
Boogie
Boogie
Brown.
23.
Boogie Brown.
I'm sorry, but Wes beat Scrubs on Ruins, and he had an advantage on fresh meat. He also lost to Bear and Scrubs.
What advantage did he have on fresh meat? He had the worst fresh meat partner of all time in Casey. He went to the exile about 6 times and came back every time. What sort of advantages?
Yeah,
Boogie?
Ellie Boogie, you can dish that with him because he is the fresh meat king. He has
Boogie, I hate Wes. I hate Wes.
Yeah.
But
So-
what he did in fresh meat 1 was incredibly impressive, because he had a partner who weighed about 85 pounds, could not lift her own weight, and he went to the exile every single time and came back and made to the final and finished, I think, 3rd. Good for him. I mean, I would not put that past him for fresh meat. Very confused with what you're trying to get at there. He had no advantage on fresh meat.
And people forget, the comment that Mikey the doctor. I mean, you've been
Legend.
one of the most consistent commenters we've had all season. And you're absolutely right. Josh lost an elimination against somebody with one hand. And Jordan, is
Very good.
Is a great competitor, goat worthy, all that, but
yeah, and
Wes and Casey.
Boogie, they had an advantage because they had about 40 less pounds. Yeah, okay. They also went to the elimination like 6 or 7 times. That's unheard of for someone to go into the exiles like 5 or 6, 7 times, come back every time, make it to the finals, and still finish top 3. And Wes had, I don't care about how much weight he had. He carried 3 bags, whereas Casey carried 1 every single time. And granted, he lost to Mr. Beautiful because Kenny Santucci is the best that's ever done it. But I hate Wes. I do. I hate Wes. What he did in Fresh Meat 1 was very impressive.
Wow. Never thought I would hear those words out of your mouth.
He sucks.
God. So,
Should we get into segments? Or?
Yeah, let's just get into the segments.
All right. So, I think we're done with the episode recap, right?
Yeah, I think we
it
kind of.
was pretty straightforward.
I'm good.
Truly agree.
Yeah, true. Yeah, let's get into some segments. First one we got this day in challenge history.
Oh, God. No chance I get this.
For all of our fans, this is one of those ones that's not necessarily season specific.
We'll get into that.
Wait.
We'll get into that challenge.
They tease the hall brawl.
All right. So I got a trivia question for all those listening live on the show. Stir the pod, feel free to chime in on the chat, however you're doing it. But the first segment is this day in challenge history. And this one is going to be December 23rd, 2015. So
Jesus.
5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
No chance I get this.
I got it. What's the question?
I'm trying to think of the best way to kind of frame this in terms of a trivia question, but just again chime in on the chat if you got an answer. Let's see. We'll go. Hold on. All right. So we'll say the losing team 5 years ago on this day on Challenge Battle of Bloodlines was Dario and Rafi. Who was the winning team?
Thomas and his twin.
Who was the winning team 5 years ago?
I have no idea.
When Dario and Rafi were eliminated.
I would say Camilla's.
Comments,
Camilla's,
keep going because we do not know the right answer.
Camilla's
Give
team.
those answers in the
It's
chat.
got to be Guy.
Camilla's team.
I'm with Thomas and whatever the fuck his brother's name was.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. Camilla's team.
5 years ago today.
Corey and Mitch.
The
We have an
team-
answer. Corey and Mitch is wrong, definitely.
The team
'Cause
that
they
was
was the
Where's what was the guy's name?
Chunky.
Chunky.
Where's
Chunky Key? Where you at?
5 years ago on this day, a team was eliminated because who did I say won it?
Dario and Rafi. Lost, who eliminated them. Right?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
5 years ago, Dario and Rafi lost an elimination. Some team eliminated them.
I'm
All
still sticking with
I don't see Chunky Key. I think
Chunky's not here.
Chunky Key.
all right,
very
I'm going
disappointing.
with Thomas and his brother. Who
it's
are you
not
going
them.
with?
I'm going with a friend of the program, Kellyanne, and her partner.
Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie.
All right, what's
The correct answer
It's one more week after that.
was Corey and Mitch.
Wow, they were right. Little Boogie,
Boogie Brown.
Boogie
Well done.
23 Brown.
Wow, Mikey the Doctor.
Mikey the Doctor.
Whoa,
Mikey the Doctor.
Mikey.
Oh, come on, Mikey the Doctor. But
Wait,
Little
let me-
Boogie 23 Brown, congratulations.
Boogie Brown. Well done. Well
Very
done.
nice. Absolutely.
Mikey, Mitch, and Mitch was the one pulling the thing, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Against Dario and Rafi. Dario and Rafi went home. That's a trivia question.
Absolutely.
Well done.
So what's next?
What's next? MVP, LVP.
Next segment, Radar Watch.
Radar Watch? I mean, Radar Watch has got to be for me.
Let's describe it to the fans again.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So, Corey Mitch. All right. So we'll our next segment is we pick a cast member. Type in your answer as we do this, and we'll see if we have similar answers and everything. But our next segment is Radar Watch. Basically, that's kind of who we pick that is flying under the radar. So you just pick a cast member. We do it usually in the first half of the season. The people that are flying under the radar. I'll go first, and then you can give your pick.
All right.
I would say my pick for Radar Watch, someone who's completely just and you hear their name and you say who? They're still in the season. I'm going with Jay.
Wow.
Who?
Jay is just you haven't heard anything from Jay, but he's with a good competitor, Teresa. He's still, obviously on the season. And there's
Teresa
just
who?
not much going on around him. So my Radar Watch is Jay.
Wow. Very good pick. My pick would have to be, Radar Watch Nelly. I mean, Nelly's very underrated.
But who's
Adam Meadows.
Adam Meadows.
Radar Watch Nelly.
And you know what? Adam Meadows. I'll agree with you. I'll go Nelly. I'll go Nelly T. And I feel like Nelly T has been very underrated. That was going to be my pick anyway. I feel like when was the last time you saw him or heard of him? I feel like the last time we heard of him was when he popped the champagne bottle, which was when? What, 4 seasons ago?
Well, Scuba Nelly.
Scuba Nelly. Yeah, exactly.
Legend.
So I
Amber B.
Amber B. I mean, the thing is, Amber Martinez, absolutely no clue who she can do still.
Can we all agree that
absolutely that challenger?
Amber and Amber are both.
I have to admit, both those Ambers have to be the most attractive girls on this season. 100%.
No.
Who?
No.
Who?
Gabby's hot as one, clearly.
I'll go Amber Martinez, but Andy, finish it off with
All right. So my radar watch. The one I had last week was Casey. I still feel good about that, but she was obviously pretty involved in this one because the whole frozen pizza eggs debacle. So I think for this episode, I'm gonna go Rio.
who?
Leo?
Who?
Rio.
Rio de Janeiro?
Rio or Leo?
Leo.
Leo. I'm gonna go Leo. Leo?
Yes,
Rio.
Leo.
I'm gonna go Leo. And I'm gonna go Leo because I don't even remember his name. And this is one of those like wrestling type of challenges that I actually hand up. I thought he was gonna be a problem. Because in the first episode he claimed this is what he does for a living. Well, buddy, you must not be making a lot for your living because you sucked. And he's with Gabby.
Yes.
Good for him. But
Is that
he's
MVP
just-
or LVP?
no.
Exactly.
That's my
that challenger wrote who?
No.
Absolutely.
That's my radar watch.
Oh, okay.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. That challenger, right on par. Leo Rio is my radar watch because I don't know who the fuck he is.
Absolutely.
All right. So that's radar watch. What are you getting into?
MVP, LVP?
You're LVP now.
We'll do MVP, LVP. Who wants to start?
I mean, it's Andy.
For which one?
LVP.
MVP.
MVP?
I thought we
No, that was just radar watch.
Oh.
All right, MVP?
Yeah.
Okay. So my MVP is going to be my MVP, call me crazy. It's going to be Natalie.
Who?
Natalie dropped Wes. I think that was a good call because Trey Jackson, they just throw it down. I think Wes was holding Natalie down. I think I said that last time. Natalie's a very good competitor. I think she always will be. I think she's very good for the challenge. The fact that Devin took Tori, and as a result, Natalie is now with Corey. She now is in some sort of an alliance. So she actually has some sort of numbers on her side, and she has the talent to back it up. So I think she is in a very, very good spot. Armand for 3. I think Natalie's in a very good spot to actually be in a good, safe, team partnership and actually be able to back it up. I think she's going to be sticking around for at least a couple more weeks because of that. Granted, she didn't do shit, but my MVP is Natalie.
Wow. That was going to be my MVP.
What else you got?
What else you got?
My MVP is going to be Devin. As much as I hate Devin, I mean, he won the elimination. He's safe. He has one more week of survival. He has a great partner now, and he moves on to the next round. I mean, what else can you say?
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah. So
Lexiana, hi there. Challenger, LVP, that's coming up. Mikey, okay.
So Alex, what? Who's your MVP?
I think I don't know. I mean, my top 2 picks have both already been taken. I would say my MVP for tonight, I'll go with CT.
Okay, explain it. I saw Mikey. Come on,
yeah.
explain.
I'm gonna take CT. I think some people out there, including Mikey the doctor, might have my back on this. I think CT just did whatever he needed to make it to this next episode to pass this elimination. He still has Big T with him and everything. Wes is gone. That's a big target. That's not going to be against CT anymore. and he still has big T. So, a good competitor, but not necessarily somebody who's going to draw all the attention to him. So, me and Mikey the Doctor are both thinking similarly. I'm going to go MVP CT.
God damn. So who's your MVP?
LVP.
We already did LVP.
My LVP.
We know? Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Mikey the Doctor. And CT has a good partner in Big T's forming an alliance with a lot of the girls.
Yes,
thank you.
I think we said that last week. Now that CT's got Big T, they're just gonna cruise on by.
Exactly, L Boogie. So I think I'm
LVP.
LVP.
Yep.
All right. So my MVP was CT. My LVP. I'm gonna go with Devin.
Wow.
And it's hard picking an LVP who's actually won something on the episode. I'm just gonna go with Devin just because he's close to not pissing me off, but he still kind of pisses me off a little bit. He thinks he's so cool because he beat Wes in an elimination where they were crawling on the dirt and everything. So my LVP, I'm going Devin. I think I'm close to not worrying about Devin at all, but just for this episode alone, because he beat Wes on some fluky thing, I'm going my LVP. I'm going to go Wes or Devin for now. So,
okay. What you got?
Who's your LVP?
Honestly, I don't know my LVP. I think I have to go. I think my LVP is. God, I have no idea.
Who's the chat's LVP?
The chat's LVP seems like it's Leroy Devins of the world.
What do you got? Who's your LVP?
I was going to say Devin.
Okay, well, you can't. So who's your next one?
My LVP would have to be Teresa. Because they didn't win the fucking elimination. They should have won that elimination 1, 2, 3. She was so much bigger. They should have thrown her out. So I think Teresa should have won that elimination. So who do you think the LVP should have been?
We'll get into that. Who did Teresa and Jay go against in the elimination?
I have no idea.
I can't even remember.
In the challenge?
Yeah. Okay.
No idea.
All right. So Trev's LVP is Teresa. I had 2 on my list for who I thought was going to be my LVP candidates. Wow. Can we do at least one honorable mention?
Yes.
My LVP, who is always going to be my very likely LVP. Well, actually, not anymore. My LVP is going to be Wes.
Wow.
He's my LVP.
Oh
my God. For 2 different reasons. I mean, one of the big things that he quote unquote brings to the challenge is his political gameplay and his alliances and all this and that, but clearly that didn't work out. So he put himself into the situation where he's going to get voted in to the elimination. He gets voted in, and then he can't back it up physically. So it's a lose-lose for good old red-headed Wes there, where he's just, at this point, bringing nothing to the table. So for that reason, he loses to Devin. Devin, I'm confident I could beat Devin in any sort of challenge, mental, physical, anything, period. And I'm not on the challenge. Fresh Meat 3, wait for it. But for that reason, Wes is my LVP for this episode. But let's do a quick honorable mention. I have one in mind that we haven't talked about. I'm sure you probably have the same. Do you want me to start or you?
For MVP?
LVP.
Go ahead.
I'm going to do honorable mention LVP Leroy because I cannot stand, and I sound like TJ and I feel like TJ going through this. I am sick and tired of people skating by. This was another physical elimination where, now granted, this one was a bit different because in most physical eliminations, I would take Wes over, what was his face? Devin.
Oh, Devin. Yeah.
So in reality, I feel like I would
Devin's-
take Leroy also over Devin, but I just don't know. But at the same time, I'm just so at some point in time, all these people, all these quote unquote power couples who refuse to go into the elimination for fear, it's gonna come back to bite them. So that Leroy was my honorable mention for LVP personally. Do you have any honorable mentions, MVP or LVP, that haven't been talked about?
No, I would say, I mean, yeah, LVP, Leroy is always a good pick because he didn't want to go into elimination when he had the chance. Casey, similar way. Nicole, similar LVP. Yeah, Leroy should have gone in. Again, like, I don't know why these people in charge are so afraid to go in when there's so few opportunities to go in. So right now they say there's only 10 skulls to go around.
Gold skulls.
And we're 3 episodes in. I think the only people are Natalie, Kyle,
Devin,
and Devin. That's it. So, we're 3 episodes in. There's only 10 skulls to go around. I don't know why people have not gone in more often.
So let me go this route with you. And this is something that we talked about while watching it, and something that we talked about last week as well, but I don't know if a lot of our award-winning listeners are thinking about. So last week, you brought up the fact that this week was going to have to be a guys' elimination. Because the way the format was going, it was always going to be, there was going to be a girl rogue agent.
And then the whole injury threw it all.
Exactly. So it's going to have to go, look, because obviously you see girl elimination, guy elimination. You just think it's going to keep alternating. But in reality, with this type of format, it was going to have to go girl elimination, guy elimination, another guy elimination, then girl elimination, like a snake draft. We talked about that last week. And we talked about the fact that this week would lead to a guy's elimination. Well, guess what? That happened. And the fact that Nicole had a bum shoulder ruined the twist factor of that. So don't sleep on the fact that that's still going to be the cadence they use moving forward, but it kind of dodged them out of a twist that we anticipated last week before even knowing what was going to happen for Nicole.
Yeah. It was we talked about it. We talked about, the fact that we didn't know what the whole rogue. Well, at this point, when we go into the next episode, there's no rogue agents, right? Because
correct,
everybody's still kind of matched
Everyone's
up
got a
evenly.
team.
So, and then I think another interesting point would be at the next episode. Again, is it going to be guys or girls elimination? Right. Obviously, one of them is going to be a rogue agent going into the next episode. But yeah, I think it's interesting how. So Nicole's out. Nicole sucks. What else is new? She's gone.
Mikey, the doctor, says next week's going to be guys next week. Well, Mikey, I tend to agree with you. And the thing is, they could do either. They could do a guys next week or girls, because what we just talked about is the fact that they're at a clean slate. They're at net zero. They could do girls. They could do guys. They can do whatever the hell they want. I think they're probably right. And if they wanted a good showing from a hall brawl, which is clearly what we saw, they'll probably do guys. But, I mean, my God, could you imagine like a Lolo Tori hall brawl? Oh, my God, I'm watching that thing 16 times. But, you never know. You never know. Final thoughts on the episode. Final things we haven't talked about. What are your thoughts?
I would say episode overall, it was good. Not the best episode, but I think in the holiday season, Christmas, New Year's, and all that, I don't think you can expect anything crazy. We got a big name, Wes, going home tonight. So that's however it happened, it's still a big, sort of occurrence. Trev, what do you think about the episode tonight overall? Final thoughts.
Yeah, I just thought, it was an all right episode. It wasn't like amazing, but it was great. Wouldn't you guys say so?
Yeah, so I guess my final thoughts. I liked the episode. Again, it seemed like one of those things. I was like, there's a lot of good stuff going on. I think it paved a lot of good foundation for what's to come throughout the season. I mean, now we've got Devin and Tori, who are somewhat rivals. Now they're on the same team. Alliances are getting crossed. Wes is gone. CT's clearly flying on the radar. We got a lot of good things cooking. I'm very excited for what the rest of the season has in store. So yeah, good episode. I'm excited to see what next couple weeks have for the Bigger Challenge.
So thank you guys for listening to a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I've been your host, Trevor, and we've had Alex and Andy here tonight. So feel free, join us next Wednesday, right? Correct. Yep. Yes, next Wednesday for a live, brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I've been your host, Trevor. We have Alex and Andy. Love you guys. Shout out Duffy.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.